In one sentence, what does your product do?
So at Logzio, our Cloud SIEM provides a way to correlate, consolidate different types of signal data and understand the threat profile against the organization.
Now, give us your elevator pitch in less than 60 seconds.
Logzio builds a cloud-native SIEM running on in the public cloud and delivered as a SaaS solution. We provide threat intelligence and the ability to integrate with thousands of different systems. We include content and rules that make it easy to understand the threat profile against those systems and the infrastructure. We represent a new breed of SIEMs that's built for the cloud and runs on the cloud. But we definitely meld traditional infrastructure with the cloud infrastructure. So it's a big trend that's really moving forward within the industry, and we're one of the leaders in that particular area.
What is the problem you are solving?
The main problem that we really try to solve is we build a cost-effective way for people to have a SIEM without managing all of the hardware, the on-prem components, and doing all the management themselves. So we have security analysts that help with more complex questions. They can help build content. They can help with rules and parsing. So we provide a much more integrated solution with your security team versus you just having to do it yourself or pay a bunch of money for services. We want you to be successful. And that's part of what it takes to deliver a SaaS product. And we do this based on open source technologies. So underpinning our product is ELK. So we use a lot of open source. We don't have any proprietary data collection. It's all standards-based, which represents kind of the new breed of the way folks are building and buying these tools.
How are you solving it?
We solve this problem by building a SaaS service and delivering it in a modern way. Because we're a SaaS company, we allow people to come on our website, sign up, and start using that product on their own. So although we can help you with an evaluation, and we're happy to do so, we're also catering towards engineers that want to get hands-on time immediately. So you can sign up, you can use the product on your own. We really represent the next generation of security tools where practitioners are going to be making these decisions.
Why is your solution different from others?
You know, we may not have all the bells and whistles and features. We're obviously still building. The product's not as old as many of the other ones on the market, but because we are cloud native, we provide APIs throughout the entire product. So it makes it really easy to integrate us into existing technologies, workflows, integrate with many different tool sets out there. API first is one, and then the second is because we're based on open source, it's very familiar. Anyone that's used ELK or any type of Kibana-based system will feel at home in our tool, and we just create a lot of value on top of that open source underpinning too.
What market segment is best suited to use your product or service?
So we cater towards more of a mid-market organization. You don't have to be in the cloud, but we have advantages if you are, meaning we take cloud data sources and cloud data. So that's definitely an advantage for us. But mid-market tends to be what we do really well. We've also seen a lot of success with MSSPs as our customers, where they integrate our product into their platform. Because we're very flexible, we're API centric, it makes it easy for them to build us into a more modern tool set.
What is the vision for the product or service in the next couple of years?
We're really focused on SIEM specifically, but we are building things like some case management, and we want to integrate with more open source based tooling, such as those that do incident and case management. I see us expanding more into understanding user behavior and user anomaly detection. This is something that comes up a lot. Insider threat is a big challenge for most organizations. And just improving our AI and ML, that's definitely a big area of focus for us over the next year. There's lots of other things that we're doing, but those are probably the big bets, and you know, definitely integrating with more and more technologies and capabilities. SOAR is another big area that we integrate with heavily, and we build more and more content to facilitate automation and response. And we see folks really going in that direction in terms of how they handle threat and just automate and scale their teams. So it's exciting to see what's happening in the industry right now.
How did you get your first paying customer?
I think the example that I gave you was from one of our founders. Really, this technology and the way the company started was appealing to users of open source. And so the first customers actually came on board because they heard our founders speaking at meetups and just sharing information about running and scaling this open source technology that we're built on top of. So customers came to us when they frankly had challenge building, but cost effectively running these things. Because we're a multi-tenant system where we run across multiple clouds and we deal with very high data volumes, we have high security and separation of data and encryption that we use across the system. Really help build that scalable system that enables them to see what's happening in the bad times where you need your tools to work, that maybe they don't work so well.
How do you collaborate with clients in regards to features and design?
Not only do we have customer support and dedicated customer success managers that are part of each account and work with the customers, they obviously will take any type of feature request, but we have these security analysts and they sort of sit in between the product and the support and the operation of the product, and they create a lot of content and value. For our really important customers, as the CTO, I also run an executive advisory council where we invite some of our biggest customers to come and work with us a couple times a year. And we collaborate both between the different organizations and we talk pretty extensively about ideas and features and where we want to take the product. So there's definitely lots of room for that type of collaboration. We encourage it.
How did the product or service start? What is the story behind it?
The company started out doing ELK, open source ELK as a service, as a SaaS company. And we soon realized that this wasn't just for people building and running software, but also security folks were building SIEMs and other solutions on top of ELK. So the first thing that we saw was the customers started asking us for additional features and capabilities and use cases that moved us from only focusing on DevOps and observability over to security. So we decided to create a SIEM product, to build a bunch of features specific to SIEM and start focusing on that part of the market.